Hello, welcome to the Big Scuba Show.
Hello and welcome to the Big Scuba Podcast. My name is Ian and for this episode I will be your dive master. With me is...
Hello, my name's Gemma and I am another Big Scuba Podcast co-host.
Yes, so we are here. This is episode 179 and we've got guests that we'll be talking to you with very shortly, and they are Gemma and Ben from Lundy Diving.
Yes, so they've been on previously. We've spoken to Ben and we've spoken to his crew and skipper Sam, and we're just getting an update on the diving season ahead and the swim season ahead.
Yeah,
with
we
Gemma.
like to get an update, and us divers, we love going on our dive boats, and after a dive season, sometimes there's the odd funny story that they can lend us.
Yes,
and it's good to hear their side of the dive boat.
And we've been on the Barbara B, which is Ben's boat, a couple of times now, haven't we?
Yeah.
So it's been all good experiences.
It is. But before we get there, let's tell you about Narked at 90. Narked at 90, they sponsor this podcast, and they are beyond technical.
They certainly are. So if you need to, if you'd like to look them up, go to www.narkedat90.com.
Go there. Right. Coming up, so we're going to be talking to Gem and Ben. We'll talk a bit about what we've been up to, and also we've got a bit about Ford, because they're good friends of the podcast, and also we've got a ratio dive computer we're going to have a quick chat about.
Yes, Narked at 90 have taken on ratio computers, so they're stocking them and distributing them and being a service and repair centre. So we'll say a bit more about that.
What have you been up to lately?
Working a lot on fitness.
Yeah.
So we haven't been diving, but we're certainly keeping active with runs on the beach. We're running on Sunday, been in the pool.
Work does get in the way of diving.
It's a shame, isn't it? Yes, we both have full-time jobs, so we've got to fit in diving, family life.
I've got squids.
Yeah, so there's other things that we have to take into account as well, not neglect as well.
No, absolutely. It's all about balance.
It is about balance.
I've been quite a busy week actually this week. Lots of CrossFit stuff. A bit of running last week. We found out
We've done a new
route, which is good for 5k, and we'll be running again tomorrow. And we should also talk about fitness. We should also give a big shout out to a previous guest, Mr. JD Scuba.
Yes, Jake Davis.
Yeah.
He is based in Wales, and he did the London Marathon last Sunday.
Yeah, crazy time, under 3 hours.
Amazing time. So yeah, well done, Jake. Very proud of you. Awesome achievement.
Yeah, absolutely. So well done, because that's amazing. Isn't it?
It is. And as divers, we do need to look after our fitness.
We do.
So, if you want to tell us what you do to keep fit and how you keep and maintain that fitness through the diving season and outside of the diving season, let us know.
Yeah. None of these great big baps from the dive shop.
If you do eat those, you do need to keep fit as well and look after your diet.
Yeah,
so, just our opinion.
Yeah. Other opinions do count.
They do.
Anyway, so that's kind of it really for what
that's
we've
a
been up to.
summary.
Did you get out on the paddleboard?
Oh yes, I did. A couple of weeks ago, we actually had a little break in the weather of this wet weather, and got out on
every day's rain.
It has, yeah. But that day it was dry. Got out on the Sea Lion paddleboard, out on the river, took the Insta 360 camera out.
Yeah, how get on with that?
And yeah, that's really amazing what you can grab out of it. And the views and the editing software on the laptop and on the app as well. So that'll be linked in the show notes. There's a link to the Insta 360 where you can purchase a camera or look at the accessories as well. So
I have to say they're really clear, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And I got out on the beach last Saturday on quite a deserted beach and used it there, and it was just amazing. You can kind of almost put it through like the stumps of a tree, the holes, to make it look like it's almost a drone. So,
I know, I saw the story, it was good.
Amazing capabilities. So,
Excellent. Good. Okay, so Ford, Now you're probably wondering, what are we talking about Ford for?
The
they're not
manufacturer of
divers.
cars.
But yeah, Ford have been really good with us, and they've been supporting us for the last 2 or 3 years, really, haven't they?
Quite
with
near the
vehicles. And I'm a long-term Ford customer. I've had Fords going back years. Let's leave it as that. And now I've got a Transit. I've been a Transit owner for umpteen years, and now a Ford Ranger Raptor. And so yeah, big time. And it's great when you've grown up with certain brands to then work with them as
good, isn't it?
As something like this in Big Scuba. It's really good, and we do appreciate all the support, and we talk to them
Quite
on
regularly.
and off, don't we?
Yeah.
Regularly, and it's really good that we can work with them. And we sent them a message to find out what latest news that they've got, and so behind the scenes. Now we did share this last year, didn't we? When we spoke to Oliver Rowe and Michelle Gasgarth, who's their sustainability manager in the UK, and they come on to talk to us about all the green things they do, because when we looking for a car, we're looking for something that can haul all our gear down to the dive centre or wherever. If it's going down to the beach, we need something to put all our gear in, and then often we turn that vehicle around to haul our kids to school or to an appointment or go to commute.
But there's a bigger picture behind it about what goes on,
and they don't always share. And I think we said to him, didn't we? It'd be really good. We should share some of the stuff that they do, because I suppose they can. A lot of their time budget is all spent about marketing the great new products, new cars and EVs and new vans that they're bringing out, and that's all great. But it's also good to share about the stuff that they do behind the scenes.
Yes, in the manufacturing process, in the factories, with their people as well.
Yeah, because is that a decision? When you go buy a car, do you want to know that the manufacturing process is green as much as it can? They're not just chucking waste away and stuff like that. To me, it is.
Yeah.
You kind of hope it would be.
It's a bit like food, isn't it? You want to know that it's come from an ethical source and not being mass produced or GM modified and that sort of thing. So it's
cars shouldn't cost the earth.
No.
Diving stuff that we love to use, our neoprene suits, our boots, our fins, our masks, shouldn't all cost the earth.
No.
And cars are exactly the same, because of we use them, and when we love our diving, and we're regularly diving, you're going to want something that you can easily haul all your kit in. You're going to want something you can load your kit in.
But there has a nice
You had
story.
a two-seater. You had a two-seater car last year, and you knew how fun that was, trying to get your paddleboard into
Yes,
it.
an MX-5 Mazda doesn't hold much dive gear.
Great cars.
Yes.
Great fun on the road.
Yes.
Hauling dive kit. Probably you might think about something else, maybe.
And I have, and yes, I'm very happy with my new vehicle.
Yeah. So let's tell you a bit about Ford, what they're up to. So Ford are getting into, and they've already put one of their manufacturing bases in the UK with solar energy, which is really cool.
That's Daventry.
Yeah. And then they're now looking at Dunton. It's going to be now going the same way. So they spend a lot of money on their manufacturing base in Dunton to get that up to sustainable as much as that they can with green energy, which is really cool. And then a third place in Halewood in Merseyside, they're just waiting on planning.
Yeah, but that's good, isn't it? 3 sites in the UK going to be
green powered.
Yeah, green powered, and green power is definitely the way
so
to go.
well, it is, it's without harping over it. And then of course that's coming through with the vehicles. So if you're looking around for a new van, you've got the new Transit, you've got the new Explorer now coming out,
the Mustang Mach-E as well,
which we've had, and brilliant car. really smart looking car. And it won't be long before the Ranger. I think the Ranger comes out next year or the year after, so maybe 25, 26.
And then
that'll be a hybrid.
Yeah,
and then
that's just what I was going to say.
Electric.
The hybrid. I mean, we've had a Cougar hybrid, haven't we?
Yeah.
And it's just.
I like that actually.
Yeah, it's just the versatility of the range.
We had a lot of dive kit in that.
We did, and we did a lot of miles, didn't we?
1,300 miles we did in that last year,
Yeah.
and that was rammed with dive kit.
Yeah, so it just shows how versatile all their vehicles are for different needs as well.
Well, they have, and I drive a pickup at the moment because I need to put lots of kit in that as well. It's not electric, but it's something that I can get all my kit in.
Yeah, and you've just got to look at the products out there that fit your needs.
Yes, you do. So if you're looking around for a new vehicle, I would say have a look at Ford. Look up Road to Better.
Yes.
And we'll put a link in our show notes that you can go on and do your own research. Don't take just our word for it. Do your own research. And but there's a lot out there, and you go on their website. I think if you scroll right to the bottom,
they have.
There's links on there about what there's, all the sustainability that they're doing, the money they're investing in UK plants, which is good, and in America there's a huge investment, and Germany as well.
We'll put the link to the Ford Media site, because that's where all the up-to-date news comes out, and that's where you'll see a lot of this stuff.
Easiest thing. So do that, and all good. Well done to Ford. Road
to Better.
Yeah. Okay, so the other thing we're going to talk about now, let's talk about our good friends at Arctic 90. So it's John Routley and Brent Hudson and the whole team there. Been in the diving world for years. They know the diving world and always bringing out some really innovative products.
Yeah, and Brent and John started out diving, and then they got into rebreathers. They did home builds. They've watched rebreathers evolve, basically, haven't they? And helped in that process.
Yeah. And a lot of people, buy their dive computers from there because they know they're going to get really well looked after, really good service, and they often hold UK stock.
Yeah, and this is now where they've gone with Ratio Computers. Ratio is an Italian manufacturer of diving computers, and they've teamed up with Narct, and Narct are going to be the main stockist in the UK. They're going to hold stock, distribute stock, but they're also a repair and service centre for these dive computers, which is pretty amazing. It opens the market up a lot more.
They still sell Shearwater. They still sell all the other brands, and they still service them as well.
Yeah.
So,
but be interesting to know, people listening to this, had you heard of Ratio Computers before this moment in time?
I heard about them a few years ago.
I've not.
When I first looked around for my first Shearwater, and I thought, okay, I'll look at both. And I did go down the Shearwater route, but this new one that we've got looks smart. It looks really
does.
Cool.
Yeah.
So right, so should we get that out and let's have a talk about that? So in my hand here, I have got a nifty box with Ratio Computers on, a square box, about sort of 6 inches square, and I have to say, very nicely packaged and it's
recycled cardboard. And Ratio don't use any plastic as well. They're a very green
There is
company.
no plastic. I can confirm, listeners, that there is no plastic apart from the actual dive computer itself. In the box we have one dive computer, which is an iX3M2, which is
it's the Tech Plus, and it has GPS as well.
Which is pretty cool, isn't it? It's got GPS.
Yeah.
So in there we've got some bungees. It's actually got the thick, inch-wide adjustable bungees, and it is more than plenty to go around through your arm in a dry suit.
Yeah, there's two straps on the dive computer, so yeah, it's very it's definitely going to stay there on your arm.
It's a rechargeable one, so it comes with a rechargeable cable. It's got the 3 pins that you kind of push together and
Yeah, and
give
we
it a
have
little
tried
twist.
it, haven't we? It's quite easy to
It does work,
link up.
yeah. And inside the box, we have got a guarantee, and
There are no instructions because, again, that's saving paper, and Ratio produce a download version that you can download on your laptop or you can download and print. But the main thing is it's about saving paper.
It does say on here, do not unscrew the screws. So there you go.
Don't do that.
Don't unscrew the screws. There is some screws on there. It's a nice bit of kit, actually, I have to say. It's black, and so would us
Nice and
divers
stealth.
do like stealth black dive kit. It's about, I don't know, what's that, 4 inches? 4 inches by about 3, and about 1.5 inches.
Oh, not an inch. About an
Thick.
inch. Yeah.
I suppose.
And it's got 4 silver buttons on the bottom, which is basically the menu system. So you've got an online.
It's well made.
It is very sturdy, and
Just turn it on, see what happens.
feels quality.
And the thing with Ratio, now I remember Ratio a few years ago when I was looking around for dive computers, and they had colour screens before some of the others had colour screens, which is pretty cool.
Does make it clearer to look at, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, so on the screen we've got ambient pressure, temperature, altitude, which is cool. We haven't got that. That's not loaded yet. But we're pretty much on sea level here, aren't we?
Yeah, well, I hope so.
Being
Sea's just
right
being
by
outside.
by the sea. Date, time, Tech Plus, this is what this is. Gives you a percentage of battery, and then you can get into the, as divers, get into the whole scheme of it. So we've got different dive settings, mixture tables, deco stops.
And I think you can choose different algorithms. There's 4 different ones you can choose from as well.
Set different alarms. Let's go down and say app menu. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, so gas blender and mix analyzer. So this is a full tri-mix. You can use it with a rebreather, 10 gases and GPS navigation, which is pretty cool. Full tri-mix, CCR and gauge, multi-air integrated, and huge colour display.
And it's got vibrations and alarms.
Yeah,
so
you need that.
Yeah, you do need it. And it's also on offer at the moment. We're recording this in April 2024.
Yeah.
With Narked at 90, they're just running a promotion on all their Ratio computers at the moment. So this model is currently retailing, including VAT, at £1,024. That's GB pounds.
And I like this because it's really easy, actually. I'm just going through, I'm just planning a dive. So we've got here 18 metres. Let's look it down.
It's definitely a dive computer that will
30
evolve
metres.
with your advancement of diving.
Well, this is it. Now, for you, there's lots of different choices with diving. You can go down the dive and watch route, or if you want to go down the diving computer, there's Sunto, Shearwater, and Ratio. Garmin do one as well. They've got one, the Descent. You've got Aqualung, they do one. Mara's do one. So there's lots of different choices out there. But so say you're a new diver. Say you do your open water, then you do your advance, and you've done a few dives now, and you're thinking, hey, I'm buying kit. Well, this could be a good option if you're looking to really get into your diving, because it's going to future protect you from thinking, well, actually, I've now, I've outgrown it because I want to do more diving. I want to go deep. I want to learn more about the tech diving side of things.
Gas mixes as well.
And this will give you everything that you could possibly ever want, really. Yes, there are other options if you go on the Narked at 90 website.
Yes, there are different levels.
There's lots of different levels, and there's the deep, there's various other tech diving ones. But this will do you for having a bimble at 10 metres, looking at pretty fish and enjoying the sights.
And then taking you right down to...
And then if you're going with your mates to look round a wreck, say at, Scuba or somewhere else, this will do you for that as well.
Yeah, and it gives you the flexibility. You could be on a single tank, you could be on a twin set, you can do all the different gas mixes, or even if you've got, a rebreather. This is a versatile dive computer that will cope with all your needs.
It is, and the good thing about it is you could have a chat with people like Narked and say, this is my diving, this is what my plans are, this is what my future kind of looks like with diving. What computer, and this is basically what I did, back in the day. And I said to John, what do you think I should go for? And
they'll give you a impartial
Yeah, he did, and that's why I ended up at the time. I've had it several years now. I had bought a Shearwater Perdix at the time. But these ratio computers, really smart,
very really good smart. Looking, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. So, and we'll be doing some social media with that. That you can also link a gas analyzer to it, which is really cool, and also a transmitter, so you can wirelessly keep up to
date with you.
Not up to date, but you can keep track. That's what I mean. You can keep track of your gas.
Yes, it's another way, as well as looking at your
gauge. So let's
gauge.
have a look at them. So, like the dive computer, these also come in their nicely packaged and ready to recycle boxes, which is pretty cool. Let's talk gas analyzer first. Let's talk about that. So similar size box, similar looking, as we said. Now this is the O2 gas mix analyzer, and this will link through the recharging point on the ratio dive computer. It's got the same 3-pin connector.
It's a universal across all the ratio computers, isn't it? Yeah.
And how cool is that? So you can actually buy this when you're going on a liveaboard, or say you're diving in with nitrox or whatever, and you want to take your reading, so you know your depth. You can link that up to your dive computer, do a reset, take your reading.
Yeah, so you literally
get your depth, make a note, and it's in your computer.
There's a screw cap on top of the analyzer. Take that off, and then calibrate it. Then hold it against the airflow out of the tank, and then you'll get your reading, and then that will input into the actual dive computer, and from that you can plan your dive.
You do get a gas analyzer manual. There is one in the box. Mm-hmm. It's not very big, so I'd say there's probably another one you can download.
Probably more depth.
This is probably a quick start, I would say.
And also, ratio computers, they have got a website, and there's some useful videos on there that just gives you a visual on how to operate the gas analyzer, if you're unsure, or if you're just wanting to have a look and make lots of rustling there.
Yes.
It's cardboard.
Our listener can hear that I'm not making this up. We have them here.
Right, what's next?
Right, and then we've got a transmitter. I have got a transmitter on mine, which, to be honest, I've not really used, really.
So
these are a bit of a Bovril. Marmite, Bovril.
Like it or love
mustard.
it.
You either like them or you don't. So, and a lot of old school divers probably won't.
For new divers, explain what they are. Is it just something that monitors your pressures in your tank?
Well, a lot of tech divers won't use them because it's something else to go wrong, and it is fair enough, isn't it? Because it is. But basically, you can have this go on your first stage, and it's about the size of a pepper pot, if you don't know what we're talking about. And one part of it connects to the first stage, and it screws in. And then with this one, ratio, it actually flashes. And from what I understand, you can actually get different colour lights that flash. Because what you can do, and this is where some technical divers do like these, is that they can put these on stage bowls and identify them with different flashes, because with this dive computer, you can have up to 10
gas,
which is pretty cool, and that's a lot. And you can flick in between cylinders all underwater while you're doing your off gas and doing your deco stops and what have you. So yeah, pretty cool and quite high tech.
Yeah, and again, this is rechargeable. So again, it's
fully rechargeable.
3-pin connector, so you can charge it, put the cable in, put it in your laptop, charge it.
I have to say that's quite good, because with mine, I can't really say the brand, but it begins with S, and I've had it a while, and it's always a pain because the batteries never lasted all that long.
So not rechargeable.
No,
Okay.
it weren't. Where this is rechargeable, and although to be fair, putting the batteries in is pretty easy, but I just look at my gauge. I do. I just look at my gauge.
But this is again all the different levels
of
divers and what they like and what they don't
different
like.
things, and we all like getting into the tech side of it as well, having gadgets and that's all good. Which is good, and that's all great. But personally, I just like looking at a gauge.
But overall, as a package, you've got your ratio computer, you've got the transmitter and the gas analyzer in 3 little neat boxes will fit in with your dive kit, and you literally just need the same cable, and you can recharge. You can
get all this from NART, and you get all this from NART, and all at the same time. And go on their website, get the up-to-date price, because as Gemma said, we are recording in April 2024, and if you're listening to this at Christmas 2025, well, 1, happy Christmas, but 2, that price might have changed.
Yes, yeah. But again, Knocked at 90 are there for any questions, offer advice. They're the experts on the ratio computers. They've been out to Italy. We've met the guys from Italy as well. So everything they know, and any concerns you have, or you just want it serviced at the start of a dive season. Transmitters
are good. They got their place, but do your own research. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
And, as Gemma say, give Narc a call, have a chat with them, tell them what you want to do, and they'll
have the answers.
They certainly will.
Yeah, and in terms of, they'll have the items in stock, and their postage is very prompt as well. So, which is another good thing. You don't have to wait weeks and weeks for it to turn up at your dive centre.
I have to say though, it is all looks good, and
it's a good logo, isn't it, as well?
Yeah,
it's distinctive.
I was actually talking about the products are all well made.
Yes, yeah, there's definitely an air of quality.
Built to last, which is nice, because they're not cheap.
No.
And when you buy some of this, I would also recommend some kind of cover case.
It's an investment as well for your.
This one's got a screen protector on, and I would always recommend get them. If you haven't got one, get one for your dive computer, and just keeps it looking nice, because they are, they're like having an expensive watch. You want to look after it.
Exactly.
And,
take care of it when it's not being used.
You're doing your diving accordingly with it, so you do want to look after it.
Yeah, so that was Ratio Computers.
Yeah, nice. And well done tonight. So coming up, we are going to be talking to Ben and Gemma, and who we've dived with, and now a couple of times, as we said earlier.
Yeah.
There's a film coming up, isn't there?
There is. So previously, Ben and his dad, Andrew, were part of the David Attenborough Wild Isles.
Yeah.
So that's where they featured. But there's also another film that features Ben and his dad. His dad sadly passed away just over a year ago.
Yeah.
But this one is called Safeguarding Our Seas, Lessons from Lundy. So it's not out yet, but we've seen some clips featuring Andrew, Ben and some other fishermen, the manager of Lundy Island. So it looks really good, and it's all about the no-take zone, protecting what they've got around Lundy.
And we'll be sharing, when that comes out, we'll share about it, and that'll be on our social media, and it looks good. Some of the trailer that we've seen.
Yeah, if you haven't heard of Lundy, it's actually an island just off North Devon.
Yeah.
Probably takes about a couple of hours to get out there by boat on a steam.
Yeah.
Sort of just down from the Bristol Channel, but it's a very special place, very rugged. Lots of seals there, and obviously it's a marine protected area.
And they get this huge tidal range.
It's huge, isn't it? Yeah.
Massive.
So we're talking 9 to 12 metres.
Yeah, so it comes down that Irish Channel and across from the Atlantic, and they just get hit by these massive surges every day. Like 10 metres or something, 14 metres in the peaks. Crazy.
And from Lundy, if you look out west, the next stop is America, basically, isn't it? So you can imagine it gets hit by amazing storms, amazing seas. We've been up the lighthouse there, haven't we? And
if you ever get a chance, go to Lundy and get on to the actual island and have a walk about. Definitely do it.
Yes.
It's worth doing, and explore. And you go at the top of the lighthouse, you can see every corner of the island.
You can, yeah. So and around there obviously there's lots of bird life, isn't there?
Lots of sheep.
Yeah, we saw sheep. Yeah, and then seals are predominantly sort of very friendly there. We've dived with them and had really good interactions. Yeah. But Gemma, Ben's sister, she started doing some wild swimming and snorkeling with seals. Just after the pandemic, and it's just exploded.
Well, swimming's gone mad, isn't it? You go to Stony now, and big chunk of the people are Stony now. A lot of them are swimmers.
Yeah, it's much more the thing to do. So even if you are not a diver,
I find myself tripping over there.
The budgie smugglers.
Yes,
so just back to Lindy. If you're not a diver, you can still go there, out on the boat, and jump off the boat, swim, and
which is pretty cool, because sometimes our partners don't always dive, So if one's a diver and you're going as a group, you could potentially go in a group of people who are divers and non-divers, and everybody gets something out of the trip.
And that's what we did last time. We were the divers, and there was quite a few swimmers. Yes. Yeah. So, but it's definitely worth looking up. Very special place. Amazing for UK diving.
That's where Honey had her first experience of jumping in the sea.
Yeah, and seeing seals.
Yeah, seeing seals for the first time.
Yeah, so it's definitely a great place, and Ben and Gemma are going to tell us a bit more about the year ahead for them.
Right, let's hear it and let's get on with it.
Great, so this is Ben and Gemma.
Yeah, let her go, Sammy.
It's that time in the podcast where we take you back to North Devon and catch up with RNLI coxswain Captain Ben Bengey of the Barbara B Dive and Fishing Boat in Ilfracombe Harbour. Mind those ropes! Hey!
Hello!
Evening.
Hey.
How you doing?
Not too bad, yourselves?
Yeah, all good, thank you.
I was going to say, it looks sunny there. You're lucky.
Only just come out in the last half an hour or so. It's been miserable all day.
Oh, no.
Hence why Ben's here.
Well, thank you for joining us. It's lovely to see you. So, how are you both?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, living the dream.
That's the spirit.
You too?
Yeah, really good, really busy. Lots going on as always, and trying to manage kids, work, and the Big Scuba podcast. So all good.
Juggling.
Yeah, lots of it.
Yeah. So we were just trying to say, when we last spoke to you, I think it was before Christmas, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was after the season had finished, I think.
It was like November time. It's me and Sammy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That must have been just before that storm hit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That big storm that came in.
One of many.
I know.
There's been a few.
Yeah. A bit. Was it a bite? No. What was the name of that storm?
Eunice? No.
No. Anyway.
So are you all set for the diving season to start?
Dad's boat, so the Obsession's down in the boatyard at the minute. Took back down last week. I didn't, Lee did. So I'm
picked him up.
Yeah, I'm the grown up now, so I don't do boat driving. I just pick him up on the other end. So kind of perks of it,
Yeah.
Had a nice McDonald's on the way.
Nice.
Yeah, so that's down the yard, just having a few last bits done.
Yours has just come back from the yard.
Mine's just come back from the yard. New engine been put in.
Wow.
Loads of like little odd jobs. So like, yeah, we've caught up quite a bit in the last 2 years of jobs on both the boats.
Yeah. How come you
it's
needed
been-
a new engine?
It
Is
did.
it need or is it want, Ian?
It didn't need a new engine, but there's for fisheries, there's government grants
Right.
for emissions.
Okay.
So whilst they're still there, just jump on the bandwagon
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah.
And hope it goes faster.
and hope it. Well, no, it won't go faster.
More power?
No, same. It has to be the same power.
Okay.
So, yeah, everything's the same. But no, so yes, I had a new engine put in, new windows.
Just been measuring for benches.
Just been measuring decking for the benches, for the boats. So they're not
Yeah.
all. It's not all like the old wood. It's all the clad. What's it called?
Composite
Decking. So a lot easier to keep clean for divers and swimmers. So yeah, it's been all go. Got the solar panels booked in for both the boats to go on at the end of next month.
All right. Nice one.
Wow.
That's good.
Yeah, it's never a dull moment.
I think
So
when
do
we
you
spoke.
get-
Oh, sorry. I think when we spoke to you last, you were having new props put on, weren't you? A different design.
So for better fuel economy.
Right. And does the government like try and motivate you to try and run clean engines? You know, like in London, you get the ULEZ and all that. Do they sort of try and push it down?
Ish. I mean, the issue is with like the old diesel engines. If it's got diesel and oil, it'll run. But these new modern engines with all the electric systems and ECUs, it's a bit of more of a pain. They're a bit more temperamental.
Right.
But no, it's just one of them grants that I had to get on before end of last year. Yeah. There's loads of weird little grants you can get on for fisheries.
Right. That's good, isn't it?
Well, it's good they're available as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So how's the diving and the swimming season looked? Are you fully booked or have you got any spaces?
That's your department.
That's mine. We've got no weekend spaces. That's all gone now for the diving. And we've got a few days left on the swimming for midweek and stuff, really.
Wow.
But this year, my job this winter was to make a new website. So I've made a new website with online booking for the swimming now, which has made my life so much easier. It was a worthwhile task doing. So yeah, we'll start putting more and more of those trips out now, and they tend to book up quite nicely.
Yeah.
And keeps the boys busy during the week. And it's nice that like swimmers are getting a chance to go over there and enjoy it as well.
Yeah. Well, it's a lovely place to go for a swim, isn't it?
Yeah, precisely. Seals don't care, do they? So
no, that's really good. And were you starting to do your skipper ticket, Gemma?
I've done one ticket. I've done my. Oh no, I've done.
You've done a few.
I've done a few. I've done my level 2 powerboat.
Yeah.
I've done my radio course, and a couple of weeks ago I did my sea survival course,
Nice.
which was I was dreading the most, to be honest. Having to get into a life raft from the sea with a thick life jacket on. It's not where my skills in life lie.
I think it was fun though.
Yeah.
Passed. You're safe with me.
That's good.
So I need what am I doing? My theory day skipper theories next.
Right.
Over the summer, me and a few of the other skippers will give lessons when the divers are in the water or the swimmers go ashore.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Because Ben's actually a really good teacher, to be fair. It's
That's good for a brother and sister. Yeah.
Yeah, we've grown
That's
up
how
a
it
lot.
should be.
In the last year, we've grown up and we work together nicely now.
Good.
But he was teaching me last year, and he's shouting left, and I'm going right, and he's like going, no, the other left, Gem, the other left.
So the issue is we're both two severely dyslexic people. So like when you say starboard or port, some people kind of get a bit
I never know between starboard and port.
Yes. And
I learned them very quickly when I worked on cruise ships, and they used to give out the alert for where the emergency was.
Yeah.
And they did it port or starboard, and I learned very quickly when I started running the wrong way.
Yeah.
So I've learnt that one now.
Oh well, that's really good. Yeah, that you're sort of progressing in that way. So
Yeah, it's nice. It's exciting to have a new challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's really good. Today's episode is sponsored by Narked at 90. So let's find out a bit more about them. Narked at 90, their tagline has been beyond technical, which describes them pretty well. John Routley and Brent Hudson launched the company over 20 years ago. They are both technical divers who have logged thousands of mixed gas dives between them over a 30-year period. Using their engineering know-how and diving expertise, have developed bespoke, personal, commercial and military diving equipment and products of a universally recognised, unparalleled calibre.
Their ability to be adaptive and versatile with their developments led them to support the NHS during COVID. Using their superior knowledge of breathing and oxygen monitoring systems to help develop emergency ventilators. They also design and supply the sneaky stuff used by defence-based development groups throughout the Western world, although they can't tell us much about that. If you're thinking of moving across to tech diving or completely new to diving, Narked at 90 can advise and guide on the best equipment and setup for your personal or commercial requirements. Narked at 90 have unparalleled experience of shearwater dive computers and are the longest serving and sole and UK European service centre for those. They are happy to offer technical support, servicing, repairs and upgrades to all shearwater computers, past and present. Narked at 90 stock shearwater computers, but are also stockists and technical support centre for many other manufacturers, including Divesoft, JJCCR, Hollis, Revo and Kiss Rebreathers.
Based centrally in the UK, Narked at 90 also offer full rebreather head servicing for selected manufacturers.
Bespoke cable assemblies.
Advice on specific fitting requirements.
Suggestions and guidance for home builds.
Computer laser cutting and engraving.
Pressure testing to simulate 400-metre dives.
So, Narked at 90, a reputation built on supporting both manufacturers and divers worldwide.
Go to narkedat90.com and make sure you are following their social media to keep up to date with their latest news and offers.
So, over the winter, have you been busy fishing, doing your whelk?
No, it's been like one of the worst winters ever, like with weather. They've not been storms, so it's just been like non-stop rubbish. Yeah, it's not been the best of years. Hopefully now, like there's nice high pressure in the Atlantic. So hopefully now for the next few weeks,
it'll
just be non-stop before the diving starts.
Yeah.
So when does that start?
Mid-May.
Right. Okay. So you got a few more weeks to get some fishing in then.
Oh, midway. Yeah. And then I juggle the fishing and diving. Try to juggle it as best I can and try and do fishing during the week for it's only a few weeks, and then diving on the weekends.
Yeah. Well, when we say fishing, you're fishing for whelks.
Yeah, commercial. Yeah, I don't do any of that rod and line stuff. I fell out of love of that a long time ago. I do one fishing trip a year for a family that like me and Dad used to taking them out for like the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And like that he's seen me grow up, I've seen his kids grow up.
Yeah.
And he's the only person I do fishing trips for. Other than that, the rest all just hung up in my store, nice, not wanting to go anywhere near him.
That's why.
Yeah. So, well, let's hope the next few weeks are more productive weather-wise, because it's been a rocky old winter for sure. It's weather-wise.
It's been wet. It's been very wet.
It's an understatement.
Just hope it means it'll be a good summer.
Yes, yeah.
I can think of a few times we thought about you guys on that coast there and about what that must be like with some of the storms coming in, and and having walked on top, walked across the island of Lundy and seeing how that lighthouse catch the wind. Yeah, it must be awesome when there's a good old storm blowing.
It's therapeutic. It's nice to watch.
Yeah.
At the same time, I'm worried about all my pots out there just getting like twisted up.
Yeah, I suppose they do.
But yeah, it's just one of them. But no, it is. Me and Sammy always talk about it, like staying on Lundy one winter for a few days
That
in
would
a
be
storm, in a
amazing.
gale of wind, and just imagining what it used to be like.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw your post a few weeks ago about that high tide that the boat was right on
Yes,
that
Oh,
quay,
last
wasn't
week,
it?
yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
was lucky. That was. It was
Yeah.
not. Yeah, it was. Normally on them high tides, like it's normally flat calm. It's not. I say normally. Most of the time, it's not too bad. But it's lucky there wasn't any more wind.
Yeah.
So otherwise, like most of Ilfracombe might have been a bit more underwater. There wasn't a lot of swell that day. That was the lucky part.
Yeah. Yeah. It's certainly amazing to see these tides. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the perks of living on the North Coast.
Yeah. Yeah. So have you seen much wildlife from the boat when you've been out?
Seen a
Dolphins
few
and
dolphins, and that's been about that.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not been flat enough to
No.
notice if anything's been going off. No, I've just seen a few dolphins. That's about it, really.
Yeah.
No special wild birds this winter. No, that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing.
Well, hopefully it'll be an exciting summer then. Flat seas.
I just want to see an orca. That's all I want. I just want an orca.
Oh, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Like you see them all on Instagram, all the posts on Instagram. That's like the orcas rocking up next to the boat. I'm just like, imagine that. Like,
Yeah.
we get dolphins when we're hauling gear. Just imagine like an orca that's coming up. I wouldn't know what to do.
That'd be amazing.
Get the camera out quick enough.
No, I'd probably just be froze.
Stand there with your mouth open.
Yeah, I'd just be like, I don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah, no, that would be. I'm sure one day definitely will because things are changing.
They're out there.
Yeah,
It's like I say, like 99% of my life isn't filmed. So like, if you could see the things I see out of the other 99%, it'd be lovely. But that 1%, it's like at the sea.
You need to get those sunglasses. You've seen those Ray-Bans where like you press a button and it records it.
No.
Yeah, there's like new Ray-Bans. You like press a button and then it records what you're seeing.
Quality.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
You're going to give me this information. I need like a bit. I need like a bit more. Like,
it can be a business expense.
Is it 4K? Is it?
And have you done any? Because I know you've done like projects with like universities over the winter, haven't you? And have you had anything happening?
We done a seaweed. Start of a seaweed farm. With who did I do it with? I think it was it Plymouth Uni?
Yeah, I put it on Facebook.
You put it on Facebook, yeah, I remember that.
That's my job.
Yeah, so I deal with boats and occasionally bookings. I normally pass them on because it's just a lot easier. One person deal with it, and then I'll deal with both the boats. That's fine.
Yeah. Got our job roles.
Yeah, we've got our job roles. We know where we stand in the food chain, so that's all like it's all fine. Apparently, I get the fun side of the job. Going out to sea.
I think so. You got that video coming out with you and Dad.
Yeah. No, we done. Yeah, start of a seaweed farm. Me and Sam had to put. They've only ever done it in the Clyde in Scotland.
Right.
So these lads from Scotland came down to tell us how to do it. They'd never done it in any tide. It was one of them jobs where I got home and had to go sit in the pub for 20 minutes with Sammy, and we didn't talk to each other. We just looked at each other and went, "Yeah, that was a fun day." But it's very interesting how they're talking about in the summer months. So there's rope, and they got to wrap the rope in a special kind of mesh to let the seaweed grow. And in the summer, it'll sit 6 inches below the surface, and in the winter it'll sit 3 meters.
Right.
And that's good in theory. And then they'll just harvest it like every few weeks.
Oh, okay.
Because
seaweed's like £20 a kilo.
Seaweed to sell to people to eat.
For medical
dressings.
Yeah, for dressings and medical purposes.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah, stuff like that's happening, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've also got another film coming out with me and Dad done two summers ago, part of the Lundy Marine Festival, where me and Sammy done lobster spotting inside the no take zone. Yes, that's coming out soon. That's very, very good.
Yeah.
When did we see it? November?
We saw it, November time. They did the premiere of it down here.
For people who were in it, and then there's the big opening in Plymouth.
A couple of weeks time, you're going.
No, couple weeks time. No, not this. 2 Fridays times, I think.
Okay.
Oh, that's exciting.
We can help share that for you. You know.
Yes. So it's very good. It's I normally have a face for radio. Like Dad was very good at he was very good at getting a message across when he was talking.
Yeah.
I'd start stuttering normally. Stuttering or swearing, one of the two.
You'll get there eventually.
Yeah, I'll get there eventually, yeah. But I done a good job myself. I patted myself on the back.
Excellent.
You got to have these perks occasionally.
Yeah, well, and it's all a legacy as well, isn't it? And it just communicates how important it all is out to the masses, really. So it's certainly a special place, definitely.
And how is Sam?
How is Sam? Sam's all right.
Yeah.
I think he's out riding his bike right now.
Social media superstar.
Getting plenty of sleep in, is he?
He is the social media superstar of Lundy Diving.
We're doing this meet the crew thing on Facebook.
Yeah.
And putting all the crew and what they're like. And Sammy has so far won the most amounts of likes and comments on his post, and it has gone to his head.
It's like pin-up boy, is it?
Yeah, in his head.
Is he getting lots of chances for sleep? You know, he likes to snooze, doesn't he?
Yeah, he shared a video the other day that I took.
Right.
And everyone said to him, "Wow, it's really fresh." He's like, "Yeah, I know." And I had to remind him that he was asleep at that point in time. And he was like, "No, I wasn't. You were. You were fast asleep. You were not awake for that moment in time."
So how are you doing for crew? I saw Lee on Saving Lives at Sea the other night.
Yes.
Yeah.
But crew we're quite good this year. After last year of learning a lot, and me and Lee mainly overdoing it.
He definitely overdid it. Bless him.
And I probably only got away with it because of my age.
It all got a bit out of hand as well, didn't it?
Yeah, Gemma kind of created a monster without realising that we created the monster. And
I think I was off work and I had time, and I think it felt good for both of us to put our grief and energy into something positive.
Yeah.
And
I remember the conversation.
Yeah, Dad never had a season where he had both boats out every day for the whole summer. Whereas
I think we've done 72 days of both. Wow. If the weather played ball.
The weather stopped a lot.
Yeah, we'd have had 72 days of being out every single day. Which is just unheard of. The best year and the best season in 20 years.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah. But it shows there's a demand.
Social media.
So we've gained 3 more crew. I forget about you.
I've done a little bit of crew.
We'll get a picture on the website. So we gained 3 more. We gained, and me and Lee last year were saying to each other that there's someone out there, but we just can't put our finger on who it was. And Lee was at a wake, and matey boy Andy came up to him and said, "I'd really like to come and do some diving and come crewing out the boat." So I said it, and Lee messaged me, and I was like, "Yep, that's the bloke."
He was on the lifeboat, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's a mechanic on the lifeboat. Then we've also got Lizzie, who is on the lifeboat now, and she sells trips for people to go to Antarctica on cruise ships.
Keen,
yeah. Bit too cold for me. And obviously you've got Gemma. Sammy's a skipper now, so he can take the boat. Carl skipper, yes. Matt. So
we should have put Lee into extortion this summer.
Yeah, done the first rota the other night. And then in about a month's time we'll do the one for the rest of the season. That's depressing.
It'll be over in a flash, I'm sure.
It is. You get to like August, and it's like my birthday's at the end of August, and before I know it, it's like my birthday, and I'm like, oh wow, it's done. And then you got to remember there's another 2 weeks to go till you can actually rest.
Yeah.
So on Dad's boat, when Lee was finishing as a mechanic within the lifeboat, he had a countdown clock, and for 3.5 years he had this countdown. Yeah, about 3 years he had a countdown clock going the whole time, counting down.
Right.
So what we do now is we work out when the last trip of the season is, and as soon as we start the season, the countdown clock goes on.
That's a good idea.
And we count down the days. It's either that or to when the boat lifts out, either one, whatever comes first.
I just remember last year when Dad's boat got lifted out, I was like, oh, it's over. There's no more mistakes that can happen with bookings and anything like that. I was like, oh, that is relief.
Yeah, but then you learn from it, and this season will be a whole different one, won't it? So...
Yeah, I feel like we're both a lot more mentally prepared.
Yeah.
For it, and we're a lot more settled. There's no like random messages at 3 o'clock in the morning. Have we done this? is that person on that trip?
Yeah, we did well considering.
Yeah, we done very well.
We did, considering the circumstances and everything.
Yeah.
And like when Gemma's been back to work now, there's been a lot of nice like 2 o'clock in the morning messages to each other, like saying like thank you for being there last summer.
Yeah, it's made us appreciate each other a lot more.
Yeah, well, that's good, and it's showing that you're booked up for the rest of the summer already. Shows
taking bookings for 2025.
Exactly.
Diary's open.
Some weekends are sold out already.
Yeah.
Or a third boat.
Yeah.
No.
We can't manage it, Ian.
Dad always said to me because he used to have 2 boats on his own, and he was like, "It's good, but you need someone on that boat all the time."
Yeah.
Like I jump on Dad's boat, I don't like it because it's nothing like mine. Like I crash it every time I go on it because it doesn't react the same. It doesn't.
Maybe don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only crashed it into the quay once, and that's the first time of me driving it. And Lee's the same. He gets onto my boat, and it's not the same as what he's used to. So, but it is now. Me and Lee work, and again, like me and Lee work very well together now as a team. Where before, like we'd only see each other on the weekends when we're diving. Now, he got like at the end of last season, Gemma was saying we stopped messaging each other because we both went back to our normal lives.
I was texting Lee this week, and then I was like, "Summer's coming back, Lee. We're texting again."
Yeah, you kind of like lose touch with each other because you kind of go back to your own little circles.
Yeah.
It is a like we like to say as like Lundy Diving now. Like, we are a family business, and like as soon as you get on the boat, you are part of our family.
Yeah.
And you can join right in with any band to go in, especially if Sammy's sleeping. and especially if you can get out there that he's the CEO of the company, that would be like muchly appreciated.
Yeah, well, that's credit to all of you. You do feel part, and you feel very well looked after on the boat as well, and very safe. And that says an immense lot as well. Yeah. So no, it's good. So how was lifeboat life been? Have you had a busy few months?
Well, we had the last time we meant to go.
Yeah, you had to shout
out of breath.
We had a week or so of being busy. We had like 4 or 5 days of it. I went to, on the Thursday, I went to see it like 2 a.m, got home, went to bed, and the page went off at 10 to 1 in the morning. And then it went back off the next day that's been Friday. Yeah, went back off the next day, and that's when we picked up 3 paddle boarders. Then I went off the next day again for paddle boarders.
No way. How far out had they gone?
Pardon?
How far out had they gone?
Probably half a mile maybe. Yeah. One of the people we picked up was a life saved.
Okay.
So yeah. There's been a lot of paddle boarders recently because it's easy. It's a cheap, easy way to access the water.
Yeah.
And especially like round here in a southerly wind, it's straight over the top of us. So in on any of the beaches, it feels no wind whatsoever. You paddle out a little bit, then you're taken by the wind. The next thing you know, you're in Wales.
Yeah.
Or you get greeted by me in a dry suit asking you, "Are you okay?"
This is the trouble, isn't it, with paddleboards? Because once you're out there, unless you're super fit and got something really, high tech as a board, you're going to struggle to get in, aren't you? You get that wind pushing you
especially with them inflatable boards. They're a bit thicker. The wind just catches you, or you get flipped off. You start losing your confidence. But everyone done the right thing. They stayed with their board and just sat there, drifted out.
Well, at least they had means of communication.
Yeah. Some of them were people on the land watching them, and at other times it was themselves ringing it up and using 3 words.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well, it says a lot about paddle boards, but you just have to be safe and have got the right gear on, and ways to communicate. Definitely.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So, and the weather just does change so quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. Even we see it here at the moment. It's 1 minute it's calm, next minute it's blowing a gale.
Yeah. But it's flat calm from today onwards, so don't worry about it.
Hopefully it'll be a quieter few weeks, but then the season's coming, the tourists are going to turn up and get up to all sorts of tricks, aren't they?
I'm guessing it's like for us as well, it's part and parcel of it. You don't want shouts, but you signed up for that reason as well. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword.
Human nature happens.
And we're all there, happy as Larry to pick them up. We've all done dumb things before. And silly things, and I've done a lot of silly things actually. But
and you want people to be out enjoying the water, don't you, as well?
You do.
More people that go out and enjoy it, the better. But I think it's because of our tides here as well, isn't it? It's just a lack of understanding of it all.
I think that's a big part of it. I think a lot of people, especially after COVID, jumped into getting especially paddleboarding, because it was a cheap, you get them from Lidl, you can get them from Amazon, can't you? And you don't, and I suppose they don't take that time to then learn some of the things you need to know about going off the coast, such as what ways the wind going, what currents,
Yeah, definitely.
Buoyancy jacket.
Yeah,
I think it's like I'd be scared to death to be picked up by the RNLI at any point, to be honest. It's been drummed into me for so many years.
Especially Ben would be.
No, I would be happy. There'd be a well-picked crew that day. I'll tell you that much. Ben, it's your sister. Hang on, we just got to wait a minute. Right, who have I got?
My worst nightmare.
Well,
I would be able to save lives at sea, 100%. I would write the consent form. It's fine.
National TV. But programs like that, because I think the series is on at the moment. I just caught it the other night and thought, oh, I recognise him, and but it is good because it does highlight the facts, how dangerous and sometimes sort of unaware people can be. You can't say they're stupid, but I mean it's just
a lack of knowledge.
It is a lack, yeah. But fortunately, there is the RNLI out there to.
So just is there, for maybe for swimmers, maybe for divers, is there anything you can think of from last year that that people who are listening that they need to bring, or apart from the usual kit or anything like that? Is there anything anything that stands out that you might want to let some
waterproof clothing
divers know?
Just waterproof clothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
agree with that.
Last summer was such a
washout.
I've still to this day, I've never had my boat as wet as last summer.
I think I'm still scarred from seeing that guy leaning over the
Oh,
side
right.
of the boat with his shorts nearly
Off
down by
Mars.
his knees.
He's always
kind of
sick.
Yeah, he's
scarred
always
by
sick.
that
I know.
view.
Oh, what's he called? I got his face in my mind.
Yeah, he's a regular, isn't he? 'Cause
Yeah,
my-
and he's always sick.
My
Yeah.
daughter didn't really know where to look.
Oh, bless her.
Don't look at that. Chris, that's his name. Chris.
But yeah, it was a fun experience. I
That
don't think
was.
we've ever been so well on a boat.
Yeah.
The honey was dry. That was the weirdest. She was next to me. We were absolutely drenched. I looked at her. She was dry. And it's like, how are you dry?
Luck of the draw.
Where
You
you
shielded
sit.
her well.
Well, we got plans of keeping people dry this year. So
Canopy.
yeah, we've changed quite a few things. This again, because we've learned so much over the summer of the differences between divers and swimmers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think divers are a little bit more tufty, a bit more used to
Really?
it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what to expect more,
Yeah.
I think is fair.
Yeah.
I was going to say swimmers are more hardy.
They're probably more hardy, but don't know what they're expecting. Like quite a few people expect our boat trip to London. Like some people think it's literally 3 minutes down the road.
Yeah,
And it's going to be flat calm.
Yeah, you can tell people the same information lots and lots of times, but it doesn't mean they take it in. And I think a lot of them, they go on boat trips when they're abroad, and that's their only knowledge of going on a boat trip somewhere for a nice swim.
Yeah.
And that's not quite the same as doing it in the UK. Whereas obviously the divers have dived in the UK before normally, so know that it's not always a nice, pleasant sail out.
Yeah.
No.
But where you stop is a really nice place, isn't it? You know.
We have
places.
quite a few places we can stop along there on the east side.
Yeah.
And as soon as you get there, you're in shelter.
Yeah.
95% of the time. 95% of the time, yeah.
But that is the coast, isn't it?
Yeah. Sometimes you leave here thinking, oh, it'd be lovely and calm when we get there. You turn up at the island and you're like, what is this? Just like steaming around for 20 minutes trying to find somewhere nice to sit.
So for like the swimmers particularly, experience wise, how much experience would somebody need to book on? Do they need any?
Just to be confident in the water.
Yeah.
Is a big thing. I think what I learned from feedback was that maybe what people didn't appreciate is that a lot of people here swim from the beach, so they gradually walk into the water.
Yeah.
Whereas then in Lundy, they're jumping off the boat into deep water or being lowered on the dive lift. And I think they hadn't quite appreciated that being dry to being wet so quickly, sort of thing.
Yeah, we hadn't appreciated that, skippers, of what was needed for the swimmers. Because some swimmers, we had some girls last year who stayed in for 2.5 hours and didn't come out. Yeah. And when you get other people who go in for 15 minutes, come out, have a cup of hot chocolate or a cup of tea, go back in for 15 minutes, come back out, have another hot chocolate.
Yeah.
And it all varies. You get some people going 5 minutes and going,
lovely day, thank you.
I guess
you get talked to them for the next 2 hours.
I guess some of that would be depends on what they're used to. Because thinking about Stony Cove, and there's a lot of swimmers there now, every weekend now, well, during the week as well. But we'll be obviously in our thermals, dry suit, and they'll be in just like a swimsuit, some of them. And it's like, how are you doing that? That must be so cold. You know,
you just build a tolerance to it.
But I would say they're probably only in half an hour, and then
long
they're
enough.
out. So you are.
It's long enough.
Well, it is, but I'm just thinking that maybe like with what Ben was saying, how some of them will be in for hours, some for only 20 minutes. That might be because that's what they're used to, perhaps.
Yeah, something they have to prize out the water. Go up and get them. Come on, you're getting on the boat. But no, come on, the seal's here. No, on the boat.
You could offer to tow them.
I think I'd enjoy that too much. I don't think the insurance company would like that either.
No, probably not.
So do you do cold water dipping, Gemma, sort of through all year?
Oh, I thought that was aimed at Ben then. I was like,
No.
Yeah, I do all year.
Wow.
Yeah, I've done it for the past 3 years or so. And that's how we started taking out swimmers on the boat, to be fair.
Wow.
Is about a couple of years ago, Dad had a weekend that someone cancelled quite late. And it was one of those random nice sunny weekends that we get.
Yeah.
So I got a group of friends together and we went over to Lundy and tried it out. And then we were like, this works well for swimmers. And that's when we started advertising them. I say we, that's when I started advertising them for Dad and Ben.
Yeah.
like 3 or 4
But
trips a year, didn't you?
yeah.
And then that was
do
That's
like
good.
half a dozen a year. And now last year it just got a bit out of hand.
I still remember me sat at the sofa and Mum and you going to me, Ben, are you sure this is okay?
I did check.
Yep, book it up. Are you sure? Yeah, you'll be fine.
And Lee kept going, it's fine, Gem, keep going. I was like, okay, if you're sure. But I mean, it's been good because it's made Lundy more accessible to people.
Yeah.
So, you know, you don't have to do all your dive certificates and have all the kit and stuff, and you can just go like in your swimming costume or a wetsuit. And then I think a lot of people have then gone, actually, I want to get into diving from doing the swimming trips there.
Yeah.
And sort of
we had
building
people
that
traveling from all over the country last year to
we did.
come down to do the diving. A lot of it was just within swim groups. Just like one swim group would hear about it, the next swim group would hear about it.
Yeah.
People driving from Kent, like doing a whole day of driving, come and then drive home.
Yeah, but then that just shows what a fantastic experience it is, because that word of mouth and you know,
and
it was on the back of David Attenborough's Wild Isles as well, I guess.
Yeah.
That had just come out and finished. So then that was also helped sell the tickets, I guess.
Yeah, we've got amazing diving and swimming in the UK, definitely.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, that's has to be found.
Yeah. Yeah. So if people want to look you up, where's the best place for them to what's the website address so they can?
That's lundydiving.co.uk.
Great. Okay. So if they wanted to book for next year or see if there's any availability for this year, it's just all online now, is it?
Just all the swimming's online, and then all the diving is you just email me and we sort that out directly with you.
Yeah.
Right.
To make it a bit easier.
Yeah.
But we've still got swim spaces this year, and I think there's still a few dive schools that have got spaces to come up with us, that are still trying to sell a few spaces. So still chance for this year.
So this weather now, it's all just starting to kick off now, really. Like a bit of sunshine, everyone feels a bit happier, don't they?
Yes.
They've probably been into the garage in the weekend and looked at like the wetsuit or like your regs and stuff and gone, all right, probably time to replace that, and all right, let's start booking up some trips.
Yeah, I think everybody would be looking forward to getting back in the sea as well as the inland dive sites as well. But you can't be getting in the sea, definitely.
Right.
No, very good. How's your mum? She doing okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's excited because she wants to try a new colour for the hoodies this year. So that's what she's up to at the moment, is looking at colour swatches.
Yeah.
She wants to stick to the aqua peppermint because it makes your tan come out nicely.
True.
Which I agree with.
I agree.
Yeah. You always look nice and tanned in them. And then she's looking at a more manly colour as well.
Black.
Pink.
Hot pink for you, Ian.
Seal grey. There you go.
Okay.
No, well, it's really good, and have the merchandise as well. That's all. Yeah, it makes people feel part of it as well, doesn't it? And they look great. Yeah. So.
Yeah. That's good. You've got new uniforms this year, haven't you?
Yeah. Done all new uniforms for both the boats. So it's
new tagline.
Yeah.
Which is
dive, swim, explore.
Dive, swim, explore. Very good.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
So
So that's on all the merch now. So it's good.
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah, I'll put that in the show notes. Yeah. Great. All right. Well, that's. I think we've. Is there any other events you've got coming up through the summer that you're going to be part of?
No, I don't think so.
You got any festivals or anything? Do you do a regatta or?
No, to be the yacht race, but no, nothing that we'll be involved in.
Mm.
No.
Yeah.
No. Oh, we were involved last year. We have you seen the walking and swimming books? We were involved in that last year, weren't we?
Yeah.
So like there's a couple that go around the UK doing swimming and walking books, and they came out of us. So they write a blurb about where to go on Lundy and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we did that
I've not
last
heard of
year.
that.
Ah.
Well,
Walking and swimming.
Yeah, wild swim and walks, I think it's called, over North Devon and Exmoor.
Okay.
Yeah, they've done books like North Cornwall, South Cornwall.
Yeah, they've got about 10 different books of where to go.
Yeah.
mm.
Nice.
So we feature in the North Devon one, which is nice.
Yeah, that's
That's
really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, other than that, I think
Not at the moment.
no.
Watch your space.
Okay.
Someone
Well,
probably
keep
found
us
out.
posted. You know,
Yeah.
if you do come up and you get something, you know, like that, it'd be good to hear about it. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. Yeah. And we'll
definitely.
keep sharing what you're doing, and thank you for sharing our stuff as well. That's really
Yeah.
appreciated. So
Oh, you're
That's
welcome.
that's nothing to do with it.
Occasionally you do. If I'm on night shifts
Yeah, if you're
and
on
you
nights,
post stuff
yeah.
in the day, I'll be like, oh, it's already done. So, yeah.
So you're still doing your nursing job,
Yeah.
are you, as well as managing all this? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
But in the summer, I cut down to 1 day a week on ICU.
Mhm.
So I'll just be doing one shift there, and then I can sort the boats out and be out to sea a little bit and doing the admin as well. So
Yeah.
that'd be so yeah, 3 months, just one shift a week in the hospital would be great. I wouldn't want to go back is the problem.
It's a work-life balance, but it's different
Yeah.
work, isn't it? It's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two very different stresses.
Yes.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, two different skill sets, but yeah, very needed. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Excellent.
no, that's really good to catch up. And so we'll release this in a couple of weeks. We'll let you know. And it's just good to have a good catch up and sort of share the interest of Lundy and the diving and swimming scene as well, because it's a definitely great way to get people out in the water and active. Even if it's not diving, snorkeling, swimming, it's even just getting out.
Place to swim.
Yes.
It's just nice to be on the water, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just a magical place. Just the Misty Isle, it's just
Yeah. No, having stepped foot on it last year, it just really made it even more special. So yeah, it's very
It was. It was so good to get up that lighthouse and see across, and you think, wow, this is it. You know, it's brilliant.
Hell of a venue, that lighthouse. That's a nice,
It is.
Bit out of breath when you get to the top, mine, but
It's worth the climb, though.
it's worth the climb.
Yeah.
It's when you get halfway up, you can hear people at the top. You're like, oh, do we keep going?
Yeah, but the views made up for it. It was just amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So hopefully you'll get a chance to maybe stay over there in the summer.
Yeah, I've said that's a no for me, but then definitely.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah.
You've got a first day on the first rota, actually, haven't you?
Yes.
There's a stay in May.
Yeah. I got to stay in June. Got 5 days down there, I think.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right,
5
cool.
day booking.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. You like your little time out there, don't you?
Yeah, it's you just go back in time.
Yes.
It's nice.
Yeah.
And also, like, you can get on the island, and every like favour you've done for island staff, you can actually get your drinks back. When you've like taken over like fishing rods or something, they're like, yeah, I'll buy you a drink. And then you can you like, all right, time to cough up, mate. It might have been 10 years ago, but come on.
Yeah, well, it's definitely a very special place. Yeah, people should definitely look it up and make it their mission to visit one day. Definitely
Go there this year.
Mm.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, say hello to all the crew and your mum,
Yep.
and
We will.
we'll keep in touch over the summer and hopefully catch up maybe after the summer season and see how it's gone and if you've got any stories to tell of the adventures on the sea.
Yeah.
I'll try and remember them this year.
Hopefully Ben would have seen an orca by then.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That'll be all over
Crossed.
Facebook. Don't you worry about that.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, and it'll be really good. So yeah, well, we've got a few more weeks before it all kicks off, but yeah, we wish you lots of luck and happy sailing.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. All right. Lovely to see you.
You too.
Nice to see
Okay.
you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thank you. Now that does wrap up today's episode of the Big Scuba podcast. But if you want to hear more from the podcast, make sure you hit that subscribe or follow button depending on what platform you are listening on. That way you will never miss an episode from us. But if you are listening on Apple Podcasts and did enjoy what you heard today, we would really appreciate it if you head to the show page to leave a 5-star rating and review. It really does help us. If you do, please take a screenshot of that review and send it to us on Instagram, and we'll give you a shout out to say a big thank you. If you have any questions for us or anything that has been mentioned in today's episode, be sure to reach out to us on any of our social media platforms or send us an email. The links are in the show notes. We will get back to you no matter what. If you have made it to this point in the episode, we both want to say a big thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode.